Hello and welcome. Let's have a bit of music while I set up. If YouTube will let me set up. There you go. And let's post the messages. Wonder if the music is playing. Yes. Cool. Right. So let's give it a second for people to join in. And then I will begin, or I can just use that second while people are still joining to give the usual disclaimer for people who are, whoever hasn't watched one of my reviews yet. It's worth pointing out that, once again, that this is a cold review. It's not a fair review of the project. It's not an in-depth review. I'm going to go as much in depth as I can in about half an hour online. But ultimately, if you want to invest in a project, you should do a lot more research in that project. And also, my opinion about the project really doesn't matter. It's not about whether I like the project, and that's not the point of those reviews, to decide whether it gets a thumbs up or a thumbs down from me. There's plenty of projects that are really good that I don't like. I might come to a conclusion that it's not for me, and yet it might be just the right project for you. So you need to do your own research. The point of these reviews is just to see how I think about these projects, how I decide to analyze them, what process I'm following, and try to inform your own process. It's also not to copy my process. You are a different investor than me. You have different priorities, different things that you like, and you should invest based on your skills and your strengths rather than mine. So the idea is more to see how I go about doing it and see if there's some ideas that you can steal about how you evaluate other projects. Let's look into this project, Invisible Friends. So obviously, in this case, this is a project that has made quite a splash. I think, is it in the top 10? No, maybe it's not in the top 10 at this point, but it's been very, very well known. It's been very popular. There's a lot of people who really like it. I'm not looking at it from the perspective of, is it hyped? Obviously, has it managed to build hype? Yes, it has managed to build hype. No doubt about that. It's like they've played their cards really right in that respect. But I don't tend to invest in that. That's not really what I'm interested in. I'm interested in tangible utility and value, which I don't know if I'll find here. And again, that doesn't mean that it's a good project or a bad project. It just means that it's a project that if I don't find any utility, I tend not to want to invest. But I'm going to do my best to try and figure out what the utility might be. So from the homepage, don't really see much that tells us anything about utility. There's a PFP tool. I think this is just the homepage. Yeah. PFP tool, Kith Friends, which I guess we'll find out a bit more about later. And it goes straight into a roadmap, which is useful. That's nice. The roadmap starts in Q2, which I can't remember when Invisible Friends minted. Actually, let's have a look at that. When did Invisible Friends mint? If I go, sorry, wrong thing. That's not what I wanted. 1 second. I'm sorry about this. That was supposed to be really quick, and instead it's not quick. I don't know why my computer is being slow here. Right. Invisible. Oh, it's not synced. So we'll have to wait a little bit to find out when it minted. We'll come back to it in a second. So I thought it minted, or maybe it did mint. Yeah, actually, I guess it's quite recent. So maybe this is the full roadmap. So Invisible with Kith Friends. So Kith Invisible Friends, what is that? Well, let's read more. What is Invisible with Kith Friends? Kith is one of the most renowned lifestyle brands in the world. I mean, it shows how disconnected I am from lifestyle brands, that I had no idea what Kith was. To be fair, I only found out that even that Supreme was a brand when I joined the NFTs, and people kept comparing NFTs with Supreme, and I was like, okay, so Supreme, what was that? And then they told me, what, you don't know about Supreme? Well, no, I'm not into streetwear or lifestyle brands, but okay, fair enough. Kith is a highly renowned lifestyle brand. Beyond excited to partner with them for an ambitious effort to bridge the digital and physical. They designed a collection of NFT collectibles known like Kith Friends. They will debut looks from Kith's upcoming summer 2022 collection, along with addition pieces dressed in Kith for Invisible Friends products. Holders of the special NFTs will be given all of the physical products with their Kith Friends that their Kith Friend is wearing. I mean, that's fairly cool. It's not utility that I would pay for, but for people who are really into like, you know, lifestyle brands, I guess maybe that's worth something. I'm curious, like, how much are these Kith Friends going for at the moment? 0.728 floor price, so that's like, you know, about $1,500. Do you get $1,500 worth of merch? I don't know. I don't know how easy it is to get this merch. Like, would I be willing to pay $1,500 to get this outfit? I mean, me, no, but there are definitely people who would be willing to do that. Yeah, I get that Kith Friends is not the same as Invisible Friends, but it's the first thing that they talk about. So I'm kind of evaluating, and I guess like people would have been able to get some Kith Friends, like they would have been on, like one of the values of Invisible Friends would have been to be able to get some Kith Friends, I'm assuming. But okay, so this is a sub collection of Invisible Friends, which probably is connecting in some sort of way. So let's continue digging. What is the value of Invisible Friends itself? So hopefully, like, yeah, it said priority access for holders. So holders would have been able to buy this thanks to owning an Invisible Friend. And there's, I mean, I can recognize the value of this. It's not value that I would pay for. I have zero interest in buying fancy fashion items. But you know, I'm happy with my shirts. I bought all these shirts that you see in all these videos. I decided to switch from t-shirts to shirts at one point. I went with my wife to all the secondhand markets in Shoreditch around Brick Lane, and we spent the whole afternoon going through all the shops. And I bought like 13 shirts, and I'm done with shirts for like a few years, I think. And that's my shopping habit. Like I'm the worst possible customer for a lifestyle brand. NFT NYC, come hang out with Invisi fans, explore NFT NYC together. Well, I mean, most projects will be doing something like that, so I'm not sure if that's really tangible value there. Invisible 3D friends. All at the end of the summer, all IF holders will get the opportunity to wrap their invisible friends into a 3D version with a twist. There will be times when you need your invisible friends 2D and other times 3D. I mean, you know my view on the metaverse stuff. If you believe that metaverse is on the way, then this might be valuable. Or if you think that a 3D version is that valuable, I mean, I don't consider that to be really tangible value, but you know, like that's a matter of perspective. It's a utility, but I discount that utility, like, because I don't think that I think we're still 5 to 10 years away from this thing being actually useful, which it could be that, you know, a 3D version as created today will still be useful 5 years from now, or maybe not. Toys. Who doesn't love toys? I mean, yeah. Couldn't be us. That's why we're bringing our OG friends into the physical world and giving our 3D holders the opportunity to grab this future classic for their collection. Will it involve an NFT of its own? Hodl on to find out. Oh, so probably the NFT, the 3D friends will be a separate NFT. And then there will be another toy NFT. Garbage friends. So that's another airdrop. So it seems like all the stuff, all the value that you're getting there is airdrops. Well, I mean, no, like there was access to this, which might be valuable if you really care about getting access to Kith items, to the new Kith collection, which some people do. And you know, some people really care about getting access to this kind of stuff. Like, you know, sneaker flipping and stuff is famously like a place where a lot of people in NFTs have originated from. And so some people might be very excited about getting access to these outfits that normally they might not be able to get access to without paying an exorbitant price, because like they get bought and flipped or something. I don't know. I don't know much about that market, but that might be valuable. I don't really personally find the other things are listed there too valuable. Um, like, I mean, they don't seem like hard utility to me, like, real utility. They don't seem like something that somebody who's not already bought and sold into the, like, if I put my non-crypto, like, not the person who's not in the NFT space hat on, um, like there's nothing there other than the streetwear that I could value. But the streetwear I could value even if I wasn't in NFTs. So a non-NFT person might buy this for the streetwear access. Um, the toys, I mean, you have to already be an NFT, like an Invisible Holders fan to do this. And so to me, all these kind of like airdrops and additional like merch items and metaverse integration and stuff are things that, especially if they result in more NFTs being issued that then get traded for more money, are kind of like what I call Ponzi utility, in the sense that the only people buying them are people who want to invest in the Invisible Friends ecosystem and can't afford an Invisible Friend, which at a price, at a floor price of 3.84, there's going to be a lot of people who can't afford that. I think it used to be quite a lot higher though. Yeah, it used to be more around 10, like more than 10. That's so it's had a bit of a drop. So it did mint around 225. Let's see, has this loaded? This has now loaded. Let's just have a look here, because I like to look at my new chart engine. When did it mint? It minted on 23rd of Feb, and it didn't mint out immediately. Interesting. Right. Unless I filtered out the mints there. I might have filtered out the mints actually, so never mind. It might have minted just earlier than that. So anyway, let's go back to Invisible Friends. I have been told that it could be more useful to dig a bit deeper into the projects rather than what I usually do, like to actually go into the Discord and see the announcements channel, because there's not a lot of up-to-date information here. I don't know what else they might be doing. So let me dig into the Discord and make sure. Like, I don't see a medium here. There's no extra. I mean, there's information. It's worth noting that the core artist here, this Marcus Magnusson, appears to be like, an artist on Foundation, and yeah, joined August 2013. He seems to be doxxed and to have a like substantial following, probably partly because of Invisible Friends. So that's a positive from this perspective. It'd be interesting to know why he's doing this, what his goals are, what his vision is. I'm just going to click on the Instagram because I'm curious, like, what is on the Instagram here. So it's just pictures of Invisible Friend stuff. Okay, cool. So let's look at the Discord. Random Character Collective is the name of the Discord, apparently. Complete. Oh, no. You must prove you're a human by completing a CAPTCHA. Okay. Yeah, okay. So, yes. You guys can solve the CAPTCHA with me, if there's a CAPTCHA. I am human. I swear. Oh. Each image containing an airplane. I mean, I have a CAPTCHA on my own Discord, so I'm like, it would be a bit unfair of me to complain about this, but it does help keep the bots out. So there you go, we have access. So let's look at announcements, because that's usually a good place to see more current information. NFT NYC, all are welcome, is free to come. Yeah, I mean, fair enough. More NFT NYC stuff. Merge Superstore, RCC. What is RCC? A Random Character Collective, I guess, is RCC. Interesting that RCC is all over the. I mean, the Discord is called RCC, but the website is called, like, it says Invisible Friends here. It doesn't mention RCC at all anywhere. I didn't see that mentioned anywhere. Future collections. Talking about expansions to the collections. Okay. '3D Invisible Friends that we've seen mentioned. I mean, they look nice, and they're doing a good job of like keeping staying relevant by getting attention for themselves. Mood rollers. Why are they talking about mood rollers here? And slim hoods. I think wasn't it that you needed a mood roller or slim hood or something in order to be able to like be on the mint list for Invisible Friends. I think maybe that's why they're connected. I've seemed to vaguely recall mood rollers being connected to another project, and I think it might have been Invisible Friends. Talking about slim hoods and mood rollers again. Where's announcements about? I mean, hold on. Maybe there's a different. Okay, the random character collective. Oh, there you go. It starts here. Oh wow, starts here in November. Interesting. Apologies for lack of announcements. And they deleted all the previous announcements, I guess. So Slim Hoods is connected. This is Random Character Collective who's got both Invisible Friends and Slim Hoods and presumably Mood Rollers. Yeah. Right, so Invisible Friends was this next collection. I guess Invisible Friends is the one that's taken off. But it's still the same Discord. They haven't got a separate Discord for Invisible Friends. Interesting. Where does the sound start here? Invisible links. Is there an invisible link medium? Nope. Nope. Oh, invisible announcements. Okay, so here's announcements for Invisible Friends specifically. That's interesting. Kith Friends Mint. See if there's anything that we haven't spotted on the websites. This is our in-depth research, or slightly more in-depth research. But remember that even with this, it's still not a very fair review. It's still just like you need to dig deeper to really build your own impression. And that's not going to happen here, but I'm going to do my best to get a bit more information. So yeah, they have merch. They have the Kith thing going on. Charity auction. Snapshot for the Kith friends. More Kith friend stuff. So a lot of value seems to be connected to Kith friends at the Kith friends at the moment. And as I said, that is potentially valuable. Like, people who are into streetwear might well pay that kind of money. So they've built a product that people might want to pay. And I guess Invisible Friends get access to, like, if... So here's a not devil's advocate, there's sort of angel's advocate's case for Invisible Friends there. If they are good at building partnerships with like top brands, like I assume Kith to be, and they can connect and like launch collections and have those collections launch on Invisible Friends and provides mint access to those collections to Invisible Friends holders, that becomes a source of value for Invisible Friends holders. Like, let's say that let's take a kind of really bullish scenario for Invisible Friends where every year, like, they're connected to like 3 or 4 brands, and every year those 3 or 4 brands launch their new collections on Invisible Friends first, do mint at like 0.2, which then flips at like where the price is for Kith Friends right now. Or let's even look at where the price was for Kith Friends not too long ago, like around like after mint or something. So it got up to about 14 ETH. Oh, just one sale. Okay. 1.3 ETH. Good God, somebody bought a Kith Friend for 14 ETH. Wow. Anyway, 1.3. Let's say it goes to like, you mint it for 0.2 or whatever it costs. And you sell it for 1 point, like you flip it. It becomes a kind of way for people who are into buying and flip, like either people who are into buying the stuff for themselves or people who are into buying and flipping that sort of stuff. And let's say they have 4 of those going on every year. That more than justifies the 4 ETH floor price of Invisible Friends. You make that money back in a year doing something that you're interested in and stuff. That's not actually a bad model for a project. Like, if they want to really get in touch with fashion. I'm not sure how the garbage trends and stuff, but maybe they have a vision that unifies all this. I'm not sure what the overall vision is. It hasn't really been stated. It would be nice if it was stated what their vision is. I don't know where we would see this, since there's not really very much written. I guess there might be some live AMAs or Twitter Spaces or something where they might have been asked that. but they haven't written it down or put it on the website, unfortunately. It'd be nice if they stated what their overall vision is, because it could be what I'm suggesting there with the partnership the brand partnerships, but it could also be something completely different. And if so, you know, like, it'd be nice to know and have some clarity about this. Like, if I was wanting to invest in this, I would now go in here and find this, what's his name, Marcus, try and get through to this Marcus. If it's impossible to get through to him, I would be concerned. But if it's possible to get to somebody who at least works closely with him or can speak on behalf of the project, that would be nice. But ideally, like, get in touch with Marcus or Lucas if they're working together on this, and get a sense of what their vision is, like why they've built this, why they built it this way, what they're trying to build in the long term. You know, if this succeeds wildly, you know, what does it look like in a couple of years' time? And therefore, therefore, I would be able to assess what its value might be. That's where I'd go next in terms of getting more information. Well, the snapshot. I don't think we're going to get much more from these announcements, unfortunately. Seems like a project where there's not a huge amount written down other than like whatever they're doing next, and not a lot written down in terms of why they're doing things. So yeah. Yeah, so like it was Slim Hood or Mood Roller allows you to yeah, there was some kind of, like, I remember the price of those things pumped up. It was a call on Llamaverse that you should buy these because they're going to be connected to this new collection, so they might go up. I didn't, but I can see why. Okay, there doesn't seem to be anything else much on the Discord. Invisible teasers, which is going to be more like 3D friends, I guess, or Kith friends. Invisible FAQ. Feel like your second home. I mean, cool. Kith friends info. No, there's not going to be much more info here. So min price was $1,000 worth of ETH. Yeah. So some people do spend thousands of dollars on their clothes. When I bought those 13 shirts, I think the total cost was about £200. So that's my budget for clothes for a year or two or three even. So I'm not really in the market for this, but some people might be. And why not? You know, you need all kinds of people to make a world. Does anybody have any questions that would be helpful, or additional information they want to contribute and they want my opinion on? I'd be happy to answer this and add more and make this review more complete. As far as I can tell at this point, the main thing that interests me is the Kith Friends thing. If I knew more about what their plans are there, if they know more about what their plans are there, like, you know, with more brand partnerships and how often there's going to be these kind of drops, that would be how I would evaluate the potential value of this project. But I have to say I'm pleasantly surprised that there is value there, because there is a market outside of NFTs for this. And there is also a market inside of NFTs for this. And so, like, that has some value. It's not a zero value. It's not pure hype. Obviously, Invisible Friends has benefited a lot from a lot of hype, but like, you know, which is why they had a price of like 10 ETH and above. But they're not 100% hype, which is always good to see, because I like to see valuable stuff in projects. I don't actually, despite any impressions to the contrary, I don't like encountering a project and finding that there's nothing of value there. I like to see that projects are doing really cool stuff. Also because it helps me when I'm talking to my friends who are declaring that crypto is a complete scam and nothing of value comes out of there and NFTs are just Ponzi schemes and stuff. I can explain to them, no, like, look, I've looked at these projects and like, here's the value that they give. And you might not value it yourself, but you can see that it's valuable, like, to humans beyond the investor angle, which is kind of a Ponzinomics. So cool. Guess we could click on the PFP tool, but now you need to connect, like, it's crops that were. So there's a way to take a screenshot of your invisible friend, I guess. Cool. Okay. Well, let me put some music on. This was a normal length review, 25 minutes. If there's any questions, any last minute questions, feel free to jump in. Otherwise, I'll wait a little bit and I'm gonna call this done. Yeah. It's yeah, it was less scary than I anticipated to review this project. I was worried that I wouldn't find anything valuable, but I did. So thank you very much for watching. Thanks for your attention. I hope you get something of value from my exploration of this project. Remember that it's not a fair review, it's not an in-depth review, it's the best I can do live on stream like this as a cold review, and that the point is not whether I like the project or not, whether I would invest in it or not, but to sort of see how my brain goes about like trying to find the value, so that you can not so much copy how my brain functions, but get ideas to help your brain function better. Which might mean disagreeing with me and saying, no, I definitely don't want to do what Daniel does, I want to do something completely different. Or it might mean just copying a way that I go about things, and that's up to you. And hopefully from that perspective, this was helpful use of your time. Okay, cool. Well, thank you very much. Have a wonderful day, and I'll see you tomorrow for another project review and another charts live stream as well. Take care. Bye.